Good morning, I am reading a book that I think others could benefit from, because where we are now is a place where the denial spirits cannot do anything with you unless you have denial they can use. Since Earth had denial happening already, these spirits had an opportunity to gain a foothold. In gaining a foothold, they had an opportunity to increase the denial on Earth. And because of the unseen role of denial, the spirits on Earth were not able to resolve this. I have studied denial spirits for a long time in order to understand them, and I have been to teach this to Earth, because Earth has become very confused by the presence of so many denial spirits. Every kind of spirit has had to face denial spirits. Denial spirits have taken every form there is and reflected the denial of every kind of spirit. Denial gave form to these spirits, and when denial ends, these spirits will no longer be present on Earth. In the meantime, as you end your own denials, they will trouble you less and less. If the spirit on the path in the woods, who was skipping along and then found a denial spirit there who said, "How dare you come on this path? You might have stepped on me," because they lied there. The spirit would have said, "No, I'd have seen you ahead of time," and they'd have denied so much of what the one that is true was saying to them. That is what is being referenced here. He could have continued running, leaped over the denial spirit, and been gone. In this case, the Earth spirit's denials had grown too big enough that the denial spirit had become an intimidating form. There were many denials present, but the imbalance my light wants to mention now is that, not wanting anyone to spoil his good time, had become turned around in the spirit too, not thinking it was alright to spoil anyone else's good time. Then the spirits on Earth did not have enough experience to know who was meant to be on Earth and who was not, because there has been both denial spirits and loving essence mistakenly denied. Many spirits on Earth have been confused about how they really feel here, and have tried to figure out how they should feel. Ending your own denials is going to allow you to sort this out. Those who do not belong on Earth are being directed by my light to their right place. Everything has its right place, where it's not any problem to be the way it is. Everyone on Earth has had misunderstandings about loving acceptance that caused them to think they had to pressure themselves to accept things they did not like and refrain from expressing any other feelings about it. Only now have Earth spirits seen enough to be able to understand this. Then they try to accept everything as just another spirit's ways. The basic denial that allowed denial spirits to take advantage of Earth was denial of me. My presence was denied here for a long time. I have not been able to give understandings I wanted to give, I need to give them now. After the original entry of the hot, dry wind and the denial wizard's introduction of physical death through overpowering the spirits in Pan, experienced another event that greatly increased denial. The denial wizard began challenging everyone who to duels of magic, as he called them. There were many wizards on earth then, and for the most part only wizards accepted his challenges. The denial wizard defeated everyone who accepted his challenge. He won by denying the validity of the other wizards' approaches and insisting that the duels had to be conducted according to his rules. Sounds a lot like law and the court system, if I say so myself. A number of wizards saw his duel for what it was and refused his challenge. Some of these wizards saw him gaining power on earth and thought that he must be stopped. There were also many other spirits on earth who feared he was gaining power and wanted him stopped. Others denied their fear by saying that he wasn't such a bad guy after all. Some said his power gain was only an illusion, that they weren't going to believe in spirits, increased their denial in many ways, and looked at less of what was really happening on earth, because they did not like seeing and feeling what the denial wizard was doing. This gave the denial wizard a lot of space and a lot of denial energy, on which to feed he became more and more powerful and began to be more outrageous too. He found he could do things right in front of others that they did not want to see, and they did not see them. If he was noticed, he denied what he was actually doing and said he was doing something else. Some who didn't want to accept the horror of what was happening actually helped the dark wizard by explaining away his outrages. Finally, one wizard stepped forward and answered the challenge of the dark wizard, because he felt strongly the need to get this denial wizard off of earth. This wizard had studied the other duels of magic, and he had a plan, because he had noticed how the dark wizard denied everything offered to him. This wizard thought the dark wizard would refuse any terms offered to him. He offered the dark wizard everything that he did not really want him to agree to. This wizard did not realize, however, just how extensive the dark wizard's denial really was. The dark wizard immediately recognized the light wizard's denial. Instead of denying the denial offered, the dark wizard accepted this light wizard's denial of himself and insisted he stuck to the deal. Oh, how do you feel about that? To know he got duped because he thought he could outsmart the dark wizard, who is so trained in denial. That is the game that he has mastered, and it's interesting based on what I will face as I begin preparations for the hearing that will see me stand as the woman that I am, with all rights reserved, against a man who's acted as a crown attorney now and prosecutor for 25 years. He's good at his game and he gets paid a whole lot to do it, because he has fought a lot and he knows how it feels to deny man or woman and to pretend that we are just persons under his jurisdiction where he knows the rules and we do not, which is why we have a right to claim competent jurisdiction, which is common law, because that's how we stand as man, woman, to man, woman. It's I, do I, that stand and look across at the one we can see with the eye, that I say, no way, I've got to play righteously, nobly, honorably, and stand in the truth, not let my own denials get in my way. If this system is going to be exposed, maybe I'll do it or not. This light wizard in this book got caught in denial. He got stuck in a rock that he had turned himself into, because that what was the dark wizard insisted he turn himself into, to prove how good he was at transformation, except what he knew was that the light wizard knew he did not fully feel comfortable as to whether he could come back from that density in the rock. But then the dark wizard convinced him to do it anyway. And so because he played the wizard's game, the dark one, when he was light, well, then he got stuck in the rock, and I need to make sure that's not what happens to me, or denial will stay here, and we cannot afford that it is true. And so you can wear the colors of wisdom in the threefold flame of wisdom, love, and power that burn bright with plumes of light inside the heart. Ooh, that's the end, my friend. I hope you enjoy, and you will leave a comment below to let me know whether you've heard of the right use of will, healing and evolving the emotional body, and how you felt about being read to in song. It's new, I know, but if you came along for the journey, please know we must stop denying who and whose we are and came here to be. Won't you see, realize that truth has resonance? Laura J, namaste, namago.